Morning! From the murder capital of America. Yes, we're in Chicago. Close to the inner city of Chicago. It's a little sketchy. I'm glad I didn't sleep here. I was telling you about this last night. Here I am, I'm still alive. I'm just backing into the door right now. I want to get out of here. I haven't seen anything fishy or suspicious here yet, but just the neighborhood makes me a little uncomfortable. I'll just say it's a little uncomfortable. Put this thing in the dock and I'm gonna get my little country butt out of town. I don't belong. I don't fit in. Let's just put her in the dock here and shouldn't take them too long to unload me. They're waiting for me, so. See if I can do it in my first try. Huh? Let's see. So I mean, like, it's not the worst neighborhood, I guess, right? It's just an older neighborhood, so it could actually be, I don't know. Seems sketchy to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Seems a little sketchy. We've got traffic around here, so. I mean, we do have activity now, but when I got here, there wasn't so much as a mouse scurrying around. It was just dead silent. I like these buildings over here. I find them very interesting. They're like super skinny and tall. Like that one behind the pole over there. Old architecture. Old. It was really weird too, because some lady in a Jeep just came up to me and parked in front of my truck and like wrote down my plate number, I think, and then like drove over beside me over there on the road over there and looked back. It seemed like she was writing down my truck number, my truck information. I said, who are you? Why don't you at least tell me why you're writing down my information? Then she went down the street and went around the corner. I'm thinking she's probably works for these guys, and then she's got to keep like an account of who's delivering. But still, whatever your reason is for writing down my info, why don't you at least just be like, hey, I'm writing you down here for delivering, just sort of like in our log sheet or whatever, so we know who's been here and whatnot. And then I'll be like, oh, cool. Because now I'm wondering, what does she want? I didn't hit anybody on the way here. I didn't disobey any laws. I stopped for all the stop signs. I was very sure of that because I'm in a city, right? Everybody's watching. And I'm always careful of that regardless of where I am, right? But I remember taking special attention in this neighborhood because I was nervous in this neighborhood. I didn't know it, and everything's very tight. So I was very careful not to, I didn't even hit a curb. Nothing. And they're pretty rough in my trailer, aren't they? So I don't know what she wanted. Huh. I think they're almost done though. We're gonna close the doors up on the trailer and get out of here. I don't know if you know this or not, but I listen to a lot of news. All day. All day, like all kinds of news, all kinds of different perspectives on the radio, and then I listen to news on YouTube, and I listen to everything, right? And everyone's sort of unanimous. Doesn't matter where you are, where you listen to. Everyone's unanimous in the fact that Chicago is dangerous in areas of the city. I don't know which areas, just in areas. The murder rate here is through the roof. I don't know if that's this area or if it's a different area, but all I know is they said Chicago, people got guns and they die. All right, let's get out of here. The neighborhood's a little too sketchy for me.
Turn right on West 13th Street.
I sort of like seeing these neighborhoods just to see the old architecture. I'm not going down that road, Mandy. There's Roosevelt's right up there. I'm gonna go up that one. It's a bigger road. I like seeing the old architecture in areas like this, but at the same time, it's sort of sad to see when it isn't well kept. How am I gonna make this corner? I gotta turn right here. Oh dear. Okay, I'm gonna need the whole road. The whole road. Oh, was he turning this way? No, okay. I would have known if he was using his signals, but he wasn't using his signals. As you can see, they're not flashing. Oh wait, no, I want to go straight now. Mandy's telling me to go straight. I'm so confused. This is why I don't like coming to these neighborhoods. straight north here is the I-290, and I want to get there. We're gonna go straight. All right. Well, why didn't you tell me to go here first of all, Mandy? That would have been way easier. I just want to get out of here. Get me back on the freeway, please.
Right onto I-290 East.
Oh man, these roads were not made for trucks. All right, so here's the 290 right here. As soon as we get the green light, we're going freeway. All right. Let's go. Green light. Thank God. Oh boy. Oh boy. Pardon me, excuse me. Thank you very much. At least some people know what that signal device means.
Continue 6.6 kilometers, then take ramp on right to I-90.
Yeah, sounds good to me, Mandy. Just get me out of this city, please. Of a creepy, foggy morning here in northern Indiana. Sun's up above the horizon now, at least. And we're slowing down some more. Alright, okay. This is not the speed limit, but hey, at least we're not going too fast, I guess. So we're just about to where we're gonna pick up our other trailer. All we got to do is just switch trailers. That one's waiting there for me. And then quickly send in the paperwork to the border, customs and clearance, so that we can cross over. We'll probably cross at, I'm guessing, either Detroit or Sarnia. I'm thinking Detroit over Ambassador Bridge. And then we should be in Toronto this evening, or this afternoon. Evening for me, because we started so early. I'm hoping to stop at the Husky truck stop right around Bradford, Ontario in Canada. This is South Bend, Indiana. I just passed a Hell's Angels building. It had Hell's Angels painted all over it. Very nice artwork. Good to know I'm in a good neighborhood. Good neighborhood here. Absolutely. I like these street lamps they got going on here. Interesting. Little Denmark off on the left. Wow, that is little. Huh. I always thought Denmark was a lot bigger than that. Little Denmark. Fascinating. All these towns and cities that are out here, eh? you never even knew exist until you show up here and you're like, oh, look at this, all these people here. Who do you know? Oh, so I'm just here at our drop yard. Dropping this trailer, picking up the next trailer. Check out this back here. How long do you think this fence has been here? Isn't that crazy? The tree's growing right around it. Looks like it did the same thing over here with this tree. Well, except they took one out of here already. Obviously there was a, oh yeah, it's over there just hanging off the end. Higher one went in there, the tree grew right around it. Isn't that crazy? Wow, this fence must be really old. Wow. All right. Got the paperwork. The paperwork was supposed to be on the trailer, but the last driver had brought it inside the office, and I guess no one knew. Eventually we found it. So now I am off on the road to Bradford, Ontario. We are 3.5 hours away from Detroit, Michigan, where we're going to cross into Ontario, Canada, over the Ambassador Bridge. Oh, dispatch trying to get a hold of me, making sure I got all my paperwork. I just sent all my paperwork in via the TransFlow app on my phone right here. So all of my border papers are at work right now. They're going to send them into the customs broker and whatnot. They're going to let the border know, hey, somebody up there bought this stuff down here, eh? And we're bringing it up, all right? And then the border's going to go, all right, eh? Cool. Sounds good. And that's how that goes. So 3.5 hours to the bridge till we're in Canada, and about 7 3/4, 8 hours of just good driving to get to Bradford. Of course, it's going to take longer than that, but if there was not one other car on the highway with me, that's how long it would take. But unfortunately, I've got to share the road with everybody else out there. Now let's go. The sooner we get going, the sooner we get there. The sooner we get to sleep again. Sleeping's my favorite. Now, when I talk about the service areas on the turnpike, remember I was talking about how we need these in Canada, and Western Canada specifically? This is what I'm referring to. It's sort of like an on-road in Ontario on steroids. It's amazing. It's huge. They got, other than the fact that they have Starbucks here and not real coffee, it's amazing. We're in Ohio right now. And these are the Ohio service plazas. Lots of room for parking. My main sort of complaint, I guess you would call it, about the on-roads in Ontario is very often there's not very much parking for trucks, right? It's a very highly traveled route, lots of traffic, lots of truck traffic, but very little parking. Look over here ahead of us here, how they do their parking here. Big, wide open parking lot, and as many parking spots as they can fit in. You see, Ontario has all those big curbs everywhere that everyone drags their trailers over. You got the LCV parking on the right here. All of this parking back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of it. Just a big, wide open paved area, and there you go. You don't need to overthink it, you know what I mean? I'm just ironically running in here for a coffee, even though they don't sell real coffee. I'm kind of hoping that they sell coffee in the convenience store part of it so I can buy that coffee. I really don't like Starbucks coffee. Personal preference, I'm not a fan of it. I think it's too strong. And that says a lot, because I like my coffee strong, but not Starbucks strong. Like, that's like a punch in the face. Rather not get punched in the face. Just need a good kick in the pants, you know? I mentioned we're in Ohio, right? What are these drivers doing? Oh, they're just flying. All right. Why is my lane going so slow? My lane is always going slow. But I mentioned we're in Ohio, right? Though I don't really need to mention that if you see all of these orange cones everywhere, right? You sort of just assume, oh, it must be Ohio. Eternal construction. Hey, good for them for improving their roads. Good for them. Good for them. Maybe you want to come and help us out in Manitoba sometime? We could really use some proper road replacements. They seem to fix our roads, and then 1 year later, they're worse than they were before they fixed them. Every time. I don't know how that works. Everybody always blames it on the weather, but then you go like right over the border to North Dakota. Same climate, same weather. Perfect, immaculate roads. Probably cost them like millions and hundreds of millions of dollars more to make them. But hey, at least they're done right. I guess that's a fine line, right? Either you spend all the money, or you spend all the money into, well, wait, let's word it this way. Either you can spend a lot of money and build it right and have it last, or you can spend a little bit of money and then have to spend a lot of money constantly repairing it. But it's definitely a stereotype that sort of made its way into my mind. You know, I think of Ohio, I think construction. This is my own little thing, so I like to make a few jokes about it. All in all, great state. Don't know much about it, but I know that their hockey team isn't the best. Oh man, Ohio, we need to think of something nice to say about you. We need to think of something nice. The weather's nice outside right now. The people are all nice that I've met from here. Very nice people in Ohio. This guy here, now he wants to go back in that lane. Why do you want to be back in that lane? He just left that lane. We're doing well under the speed limit here. Now, okay, now he wants to go in that lane. What in the world? Okay, now he found his accelerator. Okay. Alright. Hey, you left your signal on again, buddy. This other driver beside me doesn't know what's going on either. He's shaking his head. Still has his signal on. I want to get beside them. I want to see what they look like. You ever do that? You ever driving down the road and you see one vehicle on the road doing something something stupid? And you're just like, I just want to get beside you because I want to know what stupid looks like. So my port of entry got changed. I was crossing from Detroit, Michigan into Windsor, Ontario, right? Man, these roads. That got changed. We're now crossing from Port Huron, Michigan into Sarnia, Ontario. I don't know why, but after I sent the paperwork in for border clearance, I got an email back saying, hey, we'd prefer if you cross over at Sarnia. Okay. I don't care where I cross. I just have to remember to be carrying cash if we go to through at Sarnia. I gotta stop at duty free, get some cash. That's why I try to cross at the Ambassador Bridge, right? Because from Detroit to Windsor, it's all sort of tagged. It automatically charges the business's account. I don't gotta come up with any money and cash. But at Sarnia, I'm not sure if they've implemented that yet, that system, so you still gotta pay. It's like $16.25 American or $18 Canadian, something like that. Way station open. All right, you want to see how fat I am? Fine then. This must be Michigan then, because if there's a weigh scale, that means you're in a new state usually. It said follow at 1 truck length. I'm not going to get out and measure, but I think this is about 1 truck length. That guy right there has a backup beeper. Well, that's right. You put it in park. You don't need to use that thing anymore. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. So we ran into a bit of a snag. My border clearance isn't ready yet, and I'm at the border, and I'm running out of hours. So I'm at duty free here, waiting to cross over into Canada. I only have 2 hours available to me, well less than that now. Hour and 45 minutes available to me till my day is done, and I can't move legally. So hopefully we'll get clearance very, very soon, and I can at least get a little ways down the road into Canada. Once I cross the border into Canada, I obviously gain a couple more hours. This truck will not stay running for the life of it. Does that make sense? These trucks have life. But I'm gonna wait here until I'm cleared. If I don't get cleared tonight, then I guess we'll get going first thing tomorrow morning. Hopefully I'm allowed to stay here overnight. I mean, I was expecting my border clearance to be done pretty quick, but apparently there was our customer didn't send everything in or didn't give us the right customs documents. They missed a page, and now they just got the page, so they sent the page in to the border customs clearance. Now they got to start all over with it's just a headache, but not a big deal. I'm just tired, and I'd like to get at least over the border into Canada tonight, and we'll see. I guess you'll find out tomorrow, because I'm going to end the vlog right here. Tune in tomorrow anytime after 4 a.m. Central Time for the journey into Canada. We're going to go up to Bradford, Ontario, a little north of Toronto, then we're going to come back through Toronto to this side, to Kitchener, and we're going to switch trailers there, do some messing around, and then head up somewhere else. I'll tell you tomorrow. I'll see you then. Don't forget, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It's going to be the best thing you've ever done, I promise. Promise.